Hello and welcome to choosing my November TBR. It's crazy that we're already in November. Well, I'm filming this at the end of October, but still, we only have 2 months left in the year. That's wild. And there are so many books I want to read before the year ends, but I'm so indecisive. So that's why I love TBR videos. They just help me choose which books to focus on reading every month. And this video, I feel like, is the ultimate video of indecision. Basically, I have filmed so many kinds of TBR videos, from Board Game chooses my reads, my cat chooses my reads, other booktubers choose my reads. And I was thinking, which method do I want to use to choose my November reads, but why choose? Why not all of them? So I made this wheel that has 9 different TBR methods, and we're gonna spin the wheel before each book and choose every single book on my November TBR in a different way. Let's get started. These 2 rows are all the books that I'm most excited to read in November, so I'm gonna try and pull all my books from these rows, but if needed for a prompt, I can also use my bookshelf or my other TBR cart. And let's get the wheel going. Our first spin. And we've got TBR Card Game. Okay, yay. I think my favorite ways that I've chosen my TBR so far are the TBR Board Game and TBR Card Game, just because I made them, so I feel very proud of those. There's 2 sides to the cards. One says the genre. I think it's romance, fantasy, or any genre. And then on the other side, it says a prompt. So depending what genre I get, I'll have to fulfill the prompt of that genre. All right, I'm gonna avert my eyes and pick one. Our first genre is romance, love that. And the prompt is a book set in college. Okay, so I actually just started a book that's set in college that I think I'm definitely gonna finish in November. Is it cheating to put the book on my TBR because I've already started it, so I know I'm already gonna read it? Maybe, but I feel like I should put it on anyway, because then it's like an easy one to check off whenever I do finish it. I'm currently in the middle of The Dare by Elle Kennedy. This is the 4th book in the Briar U series. It's really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. Literally love all Elle Kennedy books. I feel like with her books, I know exactly what I'm getting into every single time. It's gonna be spicy, great friendships, love the college setting. This is a hockey romance series, so reading it as an ebook, but The Dare metaphorically going on my TBR. I was gonna do 7 books on my TBR this month, but let's do 8, and let's do 1 more card game pick, since it felt like slightly a bit cheating to put that one on because I am already in the middle of that book. Okay, picking the genre first. We got another romance lover, and this prompt is a book that might make you cry. Oh no, I'm scared. Honestly, I don't know if I'm in the mood to cry this month. What sad books do I have? Oh, I feel really mixed on sad books a lot of times. I feel like if I'm in a certain mood for a sad book, it can be like 5 stars, so amazing. But then sometimes, a lot of the time, I just want to read for like fun and escapism, and I don't want to cry. Even though I think a lot of the sadder books I've read really do stick with me, and I really appreciate them after I get over sobbing in the book. I thought I didn't have a sad book on here, but I'm pretty sure this book is sad. The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry was actually recommended to me by one of my friends and also another booktuber, JustAli. If you guys don't follow her, you definitely should. The description is a little vague, which I honestly kind of like, because it gives you like just enough to hook you, but you're still going in fairly blind. It says, it's easy to judge a man because of his past, to look at Tristan and see a monster. Love Morley great characters, to be honest. But I couldn't do that. I had to accept the wreckage that lived inside of him because it also lived inside of me. And Google said, this book is sad. I also believe JustAli said that this book has a bit of mystery in it. I don't know how much mystery it has, but I mentioned this in my last video. All mystery romance books, at least so far for me, I have loved. I'm very excited to put this as book number 2 on the TBR. Wow, sad prompt really got turned around. I was scared there for a second, but I'm glad I found one that I'm really excited to read. Spin. We're just doing all the games. TBR Board Game is next. If you haven't seen my Bookish board game before, it's very similar to the card game, but instead of the prompts being on cards, they are on different spaces. I got 2 dice. I think since we're only doing 1 roll on the TBR board, it'd be more fun to travel further. All right, we've got our car on start. Now let's roll. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A new release. Oh, this is so great. I know exactly what I want to do. Okay, so this is another ebook, or I don't own it. I guess I could buy the physical book, but I'm on hold for the ebook of this book at my library. So hopefully I get off the wait list in November, but it's Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. This is a novella that's a part of the Caraval series. It says Caraval number 3.5, so I guess it takes place after the events of the Caraval trilogy. I loved the Caraval trilogy, so when I heard she was writing a novella, I got so excited, and I've had it on my calendar that as soon as it comes out, I want to read it. And it just came out on October 22nd. Actually, actually don't even really know what it's about. The cover is kind of giving me good Christmas read, question mark. Oh, it literally says holiday novella on the cover. It says, snowflakes are falling, invitations are arriving, and holiday magic is swirling in the capital city of the Meridian Empire. It's great holiday eve. We have Scarlett in this book, and she's planning a spectacular holiday celebration for the city. And Donatella is also searching for the perfect gift. Okay, another metaphorical book going on the TBR since I don't own it. Spin again. And we got Boyfriend Chooses. You have to pick a book from these for me to read in November.
This is gonna take some time. Is it messed up to pick the biggest one?
If that's the direction you want to go. I mean, I put all these on my TBR cart because I want to read all of them. Yuka, the whole family's here.
I guess just going off what's catching my eye. I like the gold dice here. That's intriguing.
Okay.
Oh, whatever this is the cheerleaders.
Ooh.
I like the cover. Soulmate equation. Maybe it's a science book. Yeah, do you have a one-sentence synopsis for each one?
Yes. Okay, so the soulmate equation, there's this like new thing that uses DNA to match you with your perfect soulmate, and this girl gets matched to the founder of this DNA matchmaking company.
Whoa, that's cool.
And then the cheerleaders is a mystery, and in this small town, all the cheerleaders have died. Mysterious ways. And then the third one is All In, and this is a bunch of teens that are recruited by the FBI because they have special abilities.
I'll go with that one.
This one?
That sounds pretty cool.
Nice. All In it is. Thank you. I like how Luca came when you came. He said family meeting. There's actually a prompt on here that's cat chooses, so we might get the whole family choosing books for this video. Okay, next method. What are we gonna get? Booktuber Chooses. I'm debating between two booktubers. I want to pick two books to have the booktuber choose between. So I want to ask somebody who has already read the two books that I'm giving them, so they'll be an expert on which book is better. And two people who I know have read at least two books on this cart is number one, Natalie, who I met in person this year. We went to Portland together and filmed some videos and went book shopping, and I love her channel. So if I ask her, I would ask her to choose between Cleat Cute, which she really recommended that I read when I was in Portland, or Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. That's the sequel to Part of Your World, which I really like. She told me that Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez is one of her top reads. Or I could ask Faith, who I also met in person on that Portland trip. You guys should also check out her channel. I love her to death. And when I was in Portland, she recommended that I read The Unmaking of June Farrow. And then I also know that one of her all-time favorite books is Better Than the Movies. I don't know if she's read the sequel, Nothing Like the Movies, but Nothing Like the Movies is on my TBR. So I think she'd be good at choosing between those books. I think I'm gonna ask Natalie, because I think I'm a little more in the mood to read one of those two books. Let's text Natalie. I'm filming a TBR video and I need a booktuber to choose a book for me to read. I know you really recommended Cleat Cute when we were in Portland and that you love Abby Jimenez, so I thought you'd be an expert in which of these books I should read in November. Okay, send. While we wait for Natalie to respond, let's pick another TBR method. Spin. Ooh, okay, Pinterest Chooses. So this one's kind of unique. If you saw my Pinterest Chooses my TBR video, then you already know how this works, but basically every time I finish a book, I make a Pinterest board for it that just has photos that really depict the aesthetic of that book. So my whole Pinterest feed is really book aesthetic photos that reflect the kinds of books I like to read. So I'm gonna do a random scroll on Pinterest, and whichever photo I land on, I have to pick a book that fits that photo. I love that my Pinterest looks like it's in a very fall mood right now. Okay, random scroll. Okay, oh. I've landed on a very ominous photo of a guy in a cloak. It's definitely giving fantasy and villain. I'm glad we got a fantasy because we don't have one yet, and fantasy feels very fall. All right, let's see. I think this is all of them we have. Oh, you know what? I was about to say we have fantasies to choose from, but this image says Harry Potter, and we have Tom Felton, who played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter's memoir on the TBR cart. That feels like too perfect to ignore. All right, I think I have to go with Tom Felton's memoir. This is so fun. I haven't read a memoir in a really long time, and the audiobook is also voiced by Tom Felton, which I think is gonna be so fun to go back and forth between the physical book and the audiobook. It's just so cool that they do that with memoirs. All right, book 5 going on the TBR. And Natalie responded. She said, OMG, I love them both so much, but I'm going to go with yours truly because you must read it. I love Abby Jimenez so much. Okay, yay! That is so exciting. Honestly, I had no idea which one she was gonna pick because I know she's a big fan of both books. So I trust her opinion in recommending that one. And I've only read one Abby Jimenez book before, which was Part of Your World, and I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. So I'm very excited to read yours truly. Honestly, don't know what yours truly is about. Okay, great. We've got a romance between 2 doctors. Our female main character is Dr. Brianna Ortiz, who was the best friend in book 1, and it says her divorce is just finalized. Her brother is running out of time to find a kidney doctor, and that promotion she wants, oh, that's probably going to the new man doctor. And it sounds like that man doctor, it says, is a pain in her ass. So hopefully we've got a little bit of enemies to lovers because I love enemies to lovers. Okay, spin. We've got Cat Chooses. Okay, this is perfect. I'm gonna pick 3 books for him to choose from, and I'll put a treat on each book, and then whichever treat he eats first, I'll read the book underneath that treat. All right, which 3 books? We currently have 3 rom-coms, 1 mystery, 1 fantasy, and 1 memoir on the TBR, so let's get some more fantasy and mystery, I think. I think I'm gonna go with The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. This one's a mystery. Heartless Hunter, this one is a romantasy. And then Phantasma, which it says a dark paranormal romantasy. All right, he's so excited. He literally can't even find them. Oh. Okay, The Boyfriend it is. This one does sound really interesting. I've read 2 Frida McFadden books before and enjoyed them, so this will be my 3rd one by her. The main character starts dating this new guy who seems like the perfect boyfriend, and then there are a string of murders by a mystery man who dates his victims before he kills them, and then our main character starts getting suspicious of her boyfriend, like is he dating her and then gonna kill her? So I think that is a really interesting concept. And then technically we only have 1 left if we're gonna do 8. I really hope we get a fantasy because I really want to read 1 more fantasy this month. Okay, spin. Instagram blindly chooses. Perfect. Okay, I might put the same 2 that Luca rejected to the test for Instagram chooses. I feel like it's one of those things where I didn't realize until Luca didn't pick one of these 2 books that I was like, wait, no, I really want to read one of these 2 books. And for Instagram blindly chooses, basically I'm gonna take a picture of each book. I'm gonna color over the cover so Instagram doesn't know which book is which, and I'm gonna add a few emojis that reflect each book. So my Instagram audience will not know which book they're picking. They've got to go on emoji vibes only. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would be able to pick one of these 2 books, just saying. Okay, let's take a picture, and then I'm gonna color over these. So I know Heartless Hunter, I'm pretty sure, is a romantasy between a witch and a witch hunter. Yes, it says enemies to lovers doesn't get more high stakes than a witch and a witch hunter falling in love. I don't know why, but I don't really like the witch emoji, so we're gonna do a magic wand. And then it has like this moth on the cover. Oh, okay, then maybe like a sword because he's a witch hunter. And then for Phantasma, I've heard it's very much like Caraval. Could do a rose because there's roses on the cover. I know it's also a dark romantasy, so maybe a black heart. And then it does involve like a deadly game, so maybe something that represents that. And post. All right, I'm gonna let that stay up. I'll check back in with the results. It's the next day. The poll has been up for almost 24 hours, so let's check the results. Honestly, I have no idea which one is gonna win. If I had to make a guess, I would guess Phantasma just because I think the emojis are a little more intriguing, a little more unique, but I really don't know. For which one I want to win, I'm so excited to read both of them. I lean like a little more towards Phantasma just because it feels very Halloween spirit, a great book to read in fall, but Heartless Hunter is a duology and the second book is coming out in January. So it'd be great to read this book because then I could read the second one very soon. Okay, let's see. Oh, Phantasma won. Okay, amazing. Wait, this is so exciting. Even though I said I thought this one was gonna win, I don't know why. I'm still shocked. And this one, I don't know too much of like the exact plot. I've heard a lot that is compared to Caraval, but like a more adult, spicy, darker Caraval. And like I've said, I love Caraval, so that's like the main thing that makes me so excited to read this. And it says that Ophelia is our main character. Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive and the victor is granted a single wish. And the only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win. So kind of like Caraval, this like crazy competition, we have 2 sister main characters. But differently, Phantasma is a cursed manor, and it says it's full of twisting corridors, lavish ballrooms, and staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations. Like, that just sounds so cool and atmospheric and so fall. And I also know it has a romance. It says a charming, arrogant stranger claims he can help. And this one is the first book in a series, but they can all be read as standalone books. Yeah, yay, this is so exciting. So this is the 8th book going on the TBR. And to be quite honest, there there is also a possibility that I may read Heartless Hunter this month as well. It's the pick for my favorite book club. It's our November read, which is completely free to join, by the way, so you should come join and hang out. The link is always in the description of all of my videos. I do love making TBRs, like I said, because I feel like it just gives me kind of a direction where I'm like, which book do I want to read right now? I'm going to consider my TBR first, but I always reserve the right to mood read every month. I think TBRs are just so fun to make, but we should always read what we want to read. I am really excited about this TBR though. I think we have a fantastic range of genres, which is so great for mood reading, and some good fall books as well. Let's recap. Every book on my November TBR is The Dare by Elle Kennedy. I know I said this was a college hockey romance. I don't know if I really said quite what the summary is, but basically our main character gets dared by one of her sorority sisters to seduce the hottest hockey player in their year, who is Connor Edwards, and he agrees to pretend to be seduced by her. So it kind of has like a little fake dating plot going on, which I think is so fun. Our next romance is The Air He Breathes, a sad romance, potentially will make me cry, that also has a little mystery. And then we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, a romance between two doctors. And then we have two mysteries, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden and All In, the third book in the Natural series. We have one memoir, Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. And I also feel like this one's a good fall read because obviously like Harry Potter is a fantasy, so it's like a memoir focusing on a great fantasy story. And then lastly, we have two fantasies, Phantasma, a dark romantasy, and Spectacular, the novella after all the events of the Caraval trilogy. There's also a holiday novella. The video after this one is going to be a reading vlog where I'm going to be reading a bunch of books. So like, which ones from my TBR would you want to see me prioritize reading in that video? And also, what are books on your November TBR? I always think it's really interesting to see what everyone else is reading. All right, and with that, I'm excited to see you guys in my November videos to read these books. All right, see you in my next video. Bye.